Hello Leo, welcome to your reading. Hope you're all well and thank you for tuning in. It is Tuesday, it's Tuesday the 17th of March 2026. I'm going to do a love tarot reading for all you guys, all the Leos who are in a relationship or more significantly connected to another in love. If you are single, not in a relationship, not significantly connected to someone, this reading is not for you. This is a relationship love tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Please take what resonates and leave what does not. I'm going to pull some cards for you, Leo, for your person, for the relationship connection, and some cards of universal advice from Spirit. Introducing a new tarot deck to my reads that I received today. This is called the Intuitive Tarot, and it's about 22 years old, this one. It's got some rather nice, careful I'm not showing you any nudity, it's got some rather, that's definitely one of nudity, some rather nice abstract imagery there. I was quite drawn to it, being an intuitive tarot reader. So, I'm going to start with these for you, Leo. So, as I said before, and most importantly, please take what resonates and leave what does not. Messages for Leo in love. Messages for Leo in love. So you have the High Priestess in reverse, the Knight of Discs, which is the Knight of Pentacles, in reverse, and the One of Swords, which is the Ace of Swords, in the upright. Certain tarot decks say different things, but yeah. So the High Priestess in reverse, the Knight of Discs or Pentacles in the reverse, and the One of Swords, Ace of Swords in the upright. You're trying to follow your intuition on something, Leo. You're trying to listen to what your instincts, what your intuition, what your gut, what your inner self is trying to tell you. You're trying to connect to your center. You're looking for truth and clarity. The Ace of Swords, the One of Swords there. You're looking for clarity, for truth, perhaps. I mean, it's an Ace of Swords. It's being, perhaps truth is being given to you here. Perhaps clarity is being given to you. But the High Priestess in reverse, perhaps you're choosing not to see the truth of a matter, or the clarity of the matter, the truth and the clarity that you are being offered. You seem to be turning away from it, or not acknowledging it, or maybe not quite seeing it. But I mean, the Ace of Swords, that's a big old sword, a hand with a big old shiny sword coming out of the clouds. There you go. There it is. There's the truth. There's the clarity. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Discs in the reverse. You have been patient. You've been consistent, committed, patient. You've been going quite slow, quite steady. Slow and steady wins the race and all that. But you are growing bored of being so patient about something, about your person, about someone, about something. When we draw more cards, we'll know more what that's about. So yeah, that's your energy at the moment. You're kind of getting bored of doing the same old thing, or you're stuck in a rut, or keeping yourself stuck, I'm getting. So let's pull some cards for your person. This one's my favourite deck. This is my Rider-Waite, and this is about 30, I'd say 32, 33 years old. Trusty Rider-Waite. You always know where you are with a Rider-Waite deck, in my very humble opinion. So, 3 cards for your person, Leo, the person that you are connected to in love. What is the energy of your person that you are connected to in love? The 10 of Cups in the upright. The 5 of Pentacles in the upright. And the 5 of Wands in reverse. So, your person is, I mean, the 10 of Cups in the upright, that's the ultimate card of happiness, contentment, a happy ending, a happy ever after. But they're avoiding conflict of some sort. They're avoiding some sort of conflict, and they're also feeling in a bit of a sad, cold, rejected, out in the cold sort of an energy. They're feeling at a loss. They're feeling in some sort of poverty mindset. Or they're feeling rejected in some way. And their happiness is in question. Or they're thinking about happiness. Or thinking about family. Or perhaps you have a family with this person. They're at a loss. They're thinking about happiness, emotional fulfillment, a happy ending. They're feeling at a loss and rejected and out in the cold, and they're avoiding conflict. And you're looking for truth and clarity. You're possibly not listening to the truth and clarity that you're already getting, or you're not tuning in enough with yourself to come to that point of getting the truth and clarity, and you're getting bored. You're kind of stuck in a rut. So let's have a look at the connection, the relationship itself between you and your person when it comes to love, Leo. Person you are connected to in love, the relationship, the connection. What messages do we have for the relationship, the connection between Leo and their person in love? So, the 9 of Cups in the upright, the Hanged Man in the upright, and the 3 of Swords. I'm getting an avoidance energy here, a resistant energy, or a very slow, very slow energy of the relationship at the moment. It seems to be at a standstill. Seems to be avoidant, resistant, at a standstill. There's an energy of surrender, letting go, trying to find a new perspective. I mean, this might be you, Leo. You've got the Ace of Swords there. Trying to find some truth, clarity, perspective, trying to think of it from all angles, trying to be logical about it. 3 of Swords talks of heartbreak, pain, grief, loss, healing, when the heart is wounded. And the 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, material comfort, satisfaction, gratitude. There is a wish fulfillment here. There is something that is wished for. There is a beginning or an ending or a completion. but it's not there at the moment. There's an outcome, a happy outcome, a wish fulfillment, something that is wanted here. But at the moment, I don't think that's quite there. So you and your person could be in some sort of separation, or perhaps there's been some sort of disharmony or some sort of heated discussion, arguments. With that 5 of Wands there in reverse. So all is not well at the moment, and it's kind of at a standstill. And it's a bit painful, and it's at it's in a bit of a cold, painful kind of energy, perhaps. You're both kind of just mulling this over, processing this, whatever it is. And there's some sort of outcome, perhaps a happy outcome, that is on the table here, or some sort of healing that needs to take place. Some sort of healing and resolve and harmony and balance that needs to come back into this connection, relationship, whatever it is for you. So let's get some universal advice from Spirit for Leo and the person they are connected to in love. Advice from the universe, from Spirit for Leo and the person they are connected to in love. The Devil in reverse, the Emperor in the upright, and the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. So somewhere between you, them, the relationship itself, the connection itself, there has been some sort of heavy, unhealthy, toxic kind of negative attachment or energy. Could be whatever it is, but there's been something that's heavy, or there is something that's heavy that's keeping someone held back, or keeping you both held back. But the Devil here is in reverse, so that talks about liberating and releasing oneself from that which holds them back, that which blocks them, keeps them held, keeps them consumed, keeps them out of balance. And there's the Emperor in the upright. Well, structure, authority, direction, personified. The Emperor doesn't mess around. He makes a plan, he goes for it. His word is final. He is order. He is structure. He is balance. He is grounding, self-assured, confident energy. The 9 of Pentacles in the upright talks about one's own stability, one's independence, one's independence, stability, and confidence that one is pretty stable, all on their own. There is something here that either you or your person, or within this connection, this relationship, there is something that needs to be let go of. There is something that needs to be set free, liberated, ended, detached from. Perhaps that is in the process of happening. Let us clarify a little. So let's clarify yours, Leo. The High Priestess is here in reverse energy for Leo in love. Why is the High Priestess here in reverse energy for Leo in love? The Eight of Cups in reverse. So the Eight of Cups in reverse. There's a resistance to, I'm getting, Leo, that you're the one that's feeling a bit stuck or bored or fed up of nothing kind of moving, or whatever this is that needs to happen, be processed, be let go of, surrendered, ended. You've been waiting around for this to happen, and it's kind of still in the Hanged Man energy. It's just paused and there's no real action being taken, but the Emperor is there. We'll get to him in a minute. That might show some sort of progression, but the thought of actually walking away, giving up on this, whatever this is, it is there with you. It is there. You're getting itchy feet and you're growing a bit tired of, well, being stuck. But you're resisting walking away. Perhaps it's you that needs to be walking away from the devil here. Perhaps you are the one that's trying to walk away from some sort of unhealthy attachment or whatever that is, whether it's you, whether it's them, but perhaps it is you. You've got the Eight of Cups here in reverse, which is an energy of being resistant, of walking away. You'll know how it resonates and who it resonates for within your dynamic with your person, your connection, your relationship. So the Knight of Discs in reverse energy, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse energy. Why is it here for Leo in love? The Six of Cups. Leo, you have the Six of Cups. It's about perhaps someone from your past, but it's more about someone that you have a close bond with, someone that you feel is a very close friend, or you have a bond, or maybe you have a lot of history with this person. Maybe you've known each other a long time. Maybe you've been together a long time. Maybe you and this person feel like you are each other's soulmates. Perhaps this is someone that you've been connected to a long time and something's been going round in a circle for a long time. But that is, I think, for you, where the resistance lies to walk away from this, because you feel a bond with your person, or you've known them a long time, or you've got a lot of history together. Perhaps you've got a lot of memories together, and perhaps, again, perhaps you have a family together. Perhaps you're married, you have family, you have children. Perhaps this is someone that you've known since you were a child, or since you were a teenager, or yeah, perhaps since you were a child. So there's that bond there, or that history there, or the family there, or a marriage here that stops you from kind of getting to the point of walking away, or you get fed up, you get bored, but there's something that stops you, something quite strong that stops you from walking away. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. Why is the Ace of Swords here? The One of Swords, the Ace of Swords. Why is it here for Leo in love? The Empress in reverse. You could be feeling neglected here, Leo. You could be feeling neglected, unappreciated, or you feel like you're kind of alone dealing with this in some way, or you feel like your person's rejecting you. But more so, what I'm getting, the Empress in the upright, she's the goddess. She's the mother of all. She's Mother Nature. She's the earth, the sky, the clouds, the flowers, the plants, the bees, the trees. Everything from the mother grows. Female, woman, goddess, the one who holds life. In the reverse, the one who creates, well, in the upright, she's the one that gives birth to the new, gives birth to life, gives birth to growth, to things that grow, that manifest, that create, that she is the mother of all creation, the mother of growth. There is nothing that is planted within the Empress that does not grow. In the reverse, she's somewhat empty. She's barren. Not meaning that insulting to anyone or anyone that's, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I won't go there too deep, but you are, I mean, maybe that's a message for someone here. So, I mean, this is a collective reading, so I've just kind of, within the Six of Cups and the Empress in reverse, perhaps someone is trying to conceive here. Obviously, that's not going to be for all of you. I'm not saying you're all trying to conceive and become pregnant, but different messages come through to me for different Leos within a collective reading. So, perhaps for a few Leos or one Leo out there, you are struggling to conceive. And you very much want a family, or you and your partner both very much want a family. And it's just not happening at the moment. Don't give up. So that's for someone. The Leo that I'm talking to that's getting bored of waiting for their person to make some sort of decision, or whatever, what I was talking about before I got that message with regards to conceiving. You feel that there's no growth here. Something is not progressing. You're getting bored of kind of being patient. I'm picking up that you've been very patient. You don't see any progress. You don't see anything happening. You don't see anything manifesting, being born into creation. There's no growth. There's no progress. But you have a bond with this person, or a long history with this person, or a marriage with this person, and you resist walking away. You're also looking for some truth and clarity. But you might already know the truth and the clarity, and you're ignoring it, or you're really trying to tune into your intuition to find some truth and clarity. So, for your person, Leo, that you're connected to in love, why is the Ten of Cups here? For your person who you are connected to in love. The Magician in reverse. Your person is feeling doubtful, lacking confidence, or on some level they feel that they are being deceived or manipulated, or one of you feels like you're being deceived or manipulated. Or very doubtful that this, whatever this is, this happy ending, this lovely Ten of Cups outcome, they're doubtful that this is going to happen, that this is, they're losing confidence, they're feeling at a loss, and they're avoiding conflict of some sort. Five of Pentacles, why is it here for the person that Leo is connected to in love? Page of Swords in the upright. They're looking for information, or they're waiting for some sort of communication. They're waiting to hear some form of communication or information, or there's some sort of contracts or paperwork or legalities surrounding this. They're trying to find out. They're watching for something. They're listening for something. They're waiting for something to do with communication or legalities, or just waiting to know more, wanting to know more. Or they have an idea, but, or they've given some sort of Pages are very young, youthful, somewhat full of ideas, full of information, full of ideas, full of curiosity. So they might bring an idea to the table, they might say something, they might communicate something, but they're not always 100% sure in what they say or what they communicate. They're a page, they're not as self-assured as a knight, and they are definitely not on the same level as a King of Swords. So yeah, a little bit of unsurety there. Five of Wands in reverse energy. Why is it here for the person that Leo is connected to in love? In reverse energy. The Lovers. The Lovers. Now, you could both feel a strong bond to each other. Yes, you could feel a bond and a chemistry and a, you know, this bond that bonds you, the Six of Cups, the Lovers. But the Lovers is also about a choice. The Lovers is also about a choice between two people. The Lovers is a choice in general in love, who you want to pick to take as a lover, who aligns with you, who will be the best lover for you, who will be the best person for the job to become a lover and then to become your husband, your wife, your partner, your commitment. Your person has a choice to make. So perhaps, not saying for everyone, but perhaps you are connected to someone, for a Leo out there somewhere, or whoever this resonates for, perhaps you are connected to someone who is already in a commitment, who is already connected to someone else. And they need to make a decision between the person that they're already in an existing connection with and you. Or you and them, however it resonates. So let's have a look and clarify the cards that came out for the relationship. Nine of Cups. Why is the Nine of Cups here for Leo and the person they are connected to in love? Knight of Cups in the reverse. There is a wish fulfillment here. There is something that someone wants. There is an outcome that someone wants. And they have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. I have a feeling, yeah, they've come in and put this on the table, that they want this wish fulfillment or this happy ending. But they aren't being very sure about it. The Knight of Cups in reverse is someone that's a little bit up, and they appear as a knight in shining armour, but in the reverse, they kind of act, they're saying the words, they're saying the right words like a knight in shining armour would, but they're not actually acting how a Knight of Cups would. Did I say a Knight of Wands? I don't know if I got my words mixed up then, but they're a bit unpredictable, they're a bit unreliable in their feelings, they're a bit wishy-washy, they're a bit up and down. They kind of leave someone hanging here, like a hanged man, just kind of thinking about it all and trying to find truth and clarity. That might be you, Leo, that's being left with your own sort of thoughts, because perhaps your person's being a little bit inconsistent, unreliable, unpredictable with you. There's some distrust here of emotions. Someone's being a little bit wishy-washy with their emotions. They're not really coming across as trustworthy in how they feel. Why is the Hanged Man here for Leo and the person they're connected to in love? Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there it is. So the Hanged Man, he's already, well, at a standstill. at a pause. He's not really going anywhere. He's just hanging upside down and thinking about it and trying to get perspective and surrendering, letting go, just thinking, well, I can't really do much about this, so I'm just going to hang fire for a minute and hang myself by a tree and just hang for a while, just not do anything, sit with my thoughts and try and gain some sort of perspective here. The Two of Swords in the reverse is someone who needs to make a decision, but they are so frozen in indecision. They're stuck. They are overloaded, overwhelmed by their thoughts, by the decision that they need to make. They don't know whether to go this way or that way. And they feel like whatever way they go is going to be the wrong way. I'm getting that your person is in that Five of Pentacles, Hangman, Two of Swords in reverse energy. They're kind of being quite negative in their thoughts. Oh, if I do this, it will be wrong. If I do that, it will be wrong. They're really scared of making a wrong decision. So much so that they are frozen in the fear of actually the thought of making this decision. Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here for Leo and the person they're connected to in love? The Tower in reverse. Yeah, there you go. Your person, this is your person, Leo. Your person needs to go through a change, a transformation on quite a big level. The Tower is a moment where everything changes. It's a shocking moment where a lightning bolt hits the tower and everything absolutely crumbles to the ground so that a new tower can be rebuilt. This is a huge change, a huge transformation, a huge transition, a huge ending, a huge collapse that needs to happen. A heartbreak, a pain. Someone needs to make a decision that is causing them fear, anxiety, worry, heartbreak and pain. And they are running from it. They are resisting it, running from it, stalling it, delaying it. Because they do not want to go through this change. They don't want to go through the transition. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to deal with it. They're trying, maybe. But are they? So, the Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse. Why is he here? For Leo and the person that Leo is connected with in love. King of Pentacles in reverse. Someone is very... This is a question of stability. It could be a question of finances, money, stability. Someone is holding on to their stability, their finances, their money. They are comfortable. There is a decision that they need to make that would question their stability, their finances, their money. Someone that is not prepared to sacrifice their stability or their money or their material comforts or their current lifestyle. Someone that's very stubborn. Very stubborn, but very stable, but very stubborn. They won't give up the things that keep them stable. Their money, their comforts, their temptations, their indulgences, their spending, their clothes, their cars, they're not going to give that up. They're not going to give up their stability or their whatever it is. They are very much attached to it. They're holding on to it very, very tightly. This, for some of you, may simply come down to a question of money. Someone don't want to give up money, or they don't want to be without money, or they don't want to be without stability, but at the moment their money and their stability and their lifestyle is comfortable enough that they're not willing to sacrifice it. Not even for a happy ending. Not even for a 10 of Cups. They value material assets. They value stability, material stability, more so than they value emotional stability. The Emperor. Why is the Emperor here for Leo and the person they are connected to in love? 6 of Cups in reverse. Someone knows what they need to do. Someone knows they need to take the lead. They need to take authority. They need to make a decision, but they are holding on to stability or finances or material comforts. They're also holding on from past baggage. They're holding on to the past. They don't want to let go of the past. They don't want to deal with the past. Or they're trying to, but it's not an easy thing for them to do. Yeah. They know what it is that they need to let go of. They know they need to make a decision. They know what they need to let go of. But they're really not sure how to think about it. This person is very blocked. Very blocked. I'm getting a very heavy energy just talking about it. They're very blocked. Very stuck, very blocked. Very undecided, very unsure. 9 of Pentacles. Why is it here for Leo and the person they're connected to in love? The Moon in reverse. There you go. Yeah. The Moon in reverse. Blocked, confused. Keeping their thoughts, their feelings to themselves. Might be a bit emotionally avoidant here. Not wanting to deal with it. Not wanting to talk openly about it. Not wanting to come forward with how they really feel. Hidden. Confused, maybe they're being a bit secretive, or maybe there is a bit of secrecy here, or whatever it is, but yeah. One from the top of each deck. 3 of Cups in reverse. Strength in the upright. 5 of Cups in the upright. The Tower in reverse again. 4 of Swords in the upright. The Fool in the upright. 4 of Cups in the upright. 10 of Cups in the upright. So there is a new beginning, but someone's very resistant to making the change that they need to make in order to go forward to that new beginning. You got the Tower here twice in reverse. That is super resistant. That is someone that is, they don't even want to look at it. They don't even want to think about it. They're just running away from it. Running. 3 of Cups in reverse. Distance. Staying away from it. Staying away from people. Locking themselves away. Not kind of communicating. Not socializing. They're just stuck. They're stuck in their thoughts, their feelings, their tower moments, their resistance, their material comforts, their blockages, their indecision. They're healing their heartbreak. They're feeling left out in the cold. They're resisting conflict. They're disappointed. Their secrecy, their confusion, they're confusing others, they're confusing themselves. And, yeah, this is heavy. Right, this reading's gone on a bit long, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these into their suits for you a minute, Leo. So give me one momento. Right, so pretty much the same. It's a very heavy energy. There's someone here that has all the truth and clarity that they need. They know the truth of the matter. They're avoiding it. They're resisting it. They're avoiding it to an extreme. They know what they need to detach from. They know what they need to walk away from. They know what they need to release, and they're making, or they're coming across like they're making some small steps towards that, but not consistent steps. The resistant energy, they're kind of, it's like a double, I mean, you could be dealing with a Gemini here, Leo, but I mean, I've got all sorts of signs here. I've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I've got Pisces, I've got Capricorn, I've got Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra. I've got, you know, there's a lot here, but someone, there's, between the both of you, they're resistant, you're both resistant, you're both holding on with gritted teeth. Someone here is not letting, neither of you are letting go of the things you need to let go of. There's resistance, there's stubbornness, there's truth and there's clarity, but no one's wanting to acknowledge it. No one's wanting to accept it. Yeah, there's a beginning, there's an ending, there's a completion, there's an outcome, there's a 10 of Cups, there's an emotional fulfillment, but neither of you are actually, this is full of unhealthy, toxic, resistant, just, what are you actually, it's so stuck, it's so stagnated, it's so stuck in a rut, that what are you actually going towards anymore? If there's that much resistance, if there's that much fear of change, if there's that much indecision, well then isn't that a decision within itself? If there's that much avoidance at accepting the truth of a matter, is that not an acceptance in itself? I'm going to leave this here for you, Leo. This was a heavy one. This is what the energy is for you at the moment. What you do with it is down to you. That's your own free will. I'm just telling you the energy. I'm relaying the messages that Spirit's given me for you. Good luck, best wishes, lots of love. Until next time, Leo. Bye-bye.